I was living here in Tempe about 15 years ago with one other roommate, and at the time was going to school for like firefighter, EMT kind of stuff. And one of the classes I was taking was urban search and rescue. And as part of the class, you know, we'd been issued a bunch of kind of old fire department ropes just to practice different stuff with. And so I was keeping these in the trunk of my car at the time. And, you know, after a month or two, had noticed this real weird smell in my car. Something like, maybe like a dead mouse or something like that. Or maybe I left a hamburger in the backseat or something. But couldn't really find out what it was. And sort of as this was going on, started noticing weird stuff happening around my apartment too. You know, like lights would turn off for no reason, and I'd set something down and it would move. You know, I'd walk past my front door and it'd be open a little bit, and so I'd shut it and lock it, and then walk back 30 seconds later and it'd be open again, and you know, there's nobody at home with me or anything. Just weird stuff like that. Kind of as time goes on, I start to get a sense that there's maybe something else in the room with me or in the apartment with me, and kind of had that feeling for a while. And as time goes on even further, started to feel like maybe I could even tell like when something that was there would be leaving the room or entering the room, and kind of where it was standing in the room. So this whole process was taking place over months and months. Just kind of started to get this feeling like there was definitely something in there. I'd see stuff like movement out of the corner of my eye. I remember one time walking past my roommate's room, and his door was open and all the lights were off, and I saw something kind of like swoosh under his bed, you know, just kind of out of the corner of my eye, just some slight movement. You know, turned on his lights, looked under his bed, there was nothing under there. And then I remember one time him telling me he was on his computer in his room, I think playing video games or something on his computer, and his girlfriend was sitting on his bed reading a magazine, and she swore she saw a little boy walk out of my room and walk down the stairs. And she was really freaked out. Of course, you know, and he goes and looks around the apartment and doesn't find anything, but kind of just get this sense that there's definitely something kind of like walking around the house and things like that. I remember one time having a girl stay the night, and she had a bunch of dreams that something was grabbing at her ankles, trying to pull her out of my bed, and it felt very real to her, so it really freaked her out. I remember one time having a dream myself where in my dream I was watching myself laying in bed sleeping, and for some reason I kind of knew what I was watching was what was actually happening. Then I noticed that there's something standing next to my bed kind of watching me sleep. You know, I can't really tell what it is, but I can tell that there's something standing there watching me sleep, and it kind of leans over and sort of touches my face like that. Almost wake up, like you know, kind of that. And anyway, it obviously scared this thing, so it backs away from my bed, backs up against the wall next to my bed, and kind of spider walks backwards up my wall up to like the ceiling. And then that was the end of the dream. And you know, again, I felt like this was actually happening, but what's really weird is I never felt scared, like I knew it wasn't going to hurt me or anything like that. You know, as I said, this was kind of like a months-long process. At the end, I realized that the smell in my car that, you know, I was thinking was like a dead mouse or something, was all these ropes, these used ropes that I had gotten from the fire department for my search and rescue class. So, you know, found out these are what stinks, threw them away in the outside dumpster, and after throwing them away, nothing else ever happened in the apartment ever again.
So do you believe in ghosts?
I still can't say. You know, even after all that, I still can't say. I don't know.